Dot, and we are underway on a Friday night in Lincoln. Pitter patter, let's get at her. It's final 5 of the regular season here at the Icebox, getting kicked off now. Puck sent in by Chicago, and behind their net, Menard came back to play it, centered it in front. As a couple of bodies just toppled over each other along the far side circles. Now Jackson Rude trying to carry south quickly for Lincoln. He'll bring it up ice. Here comes Cunningham with a 3-on-2 developing. Sends it in, Carvinen fakes the shot, looks to play it low, finds Jackson Rude in below the crease. The St. Cloud State commit feeds it back up to the point to the Illinoisan Brady Cunningham, who took the shot, missed the net, comes to the near side wall. Carvinen trying to keep it in, he'll send it back in low. Casey Vandertop in on it for Lincoln in behind the crease. He'll jockey there with Jayden Kurtz. First USHL goal on March 22nd, a couple days ago. Fought for a shot coming in from the left side circle. Never had a chance to come in on net, as Chicago will now try to break out of their own zone. Dallas View gets a touch of a puck past the blue line of Lincoln. And the former Sioux City Muskets, some mitts, if you will. Now Alex Pelletier at the red line, fires it in, and he will send it to KJ Sauer along the right side half wall. Puck comes free, a hit thrown there. Sauer coming away with it, backhand saucer feed, cross ice for Nick Young along the circles. Young for Marine, his one-time shot. He fanned on it, and Chicago will send it back out. Here is Emery Ibsen's first touch of the puck, the extra skater tonight for Lincoln. Ibsen from Antioch, Illinois. Here comes Atu Carvinen and Marine on a 2-on-1. Carvinen left side circle, shoots, he missed the net. Now Marine trying to feed the point, finds Ibsen. Ibsen will send a puck in, deflects off the back of the cage. Grabbed by Kurtz. In behind centering field looking for Marine, puck in the air, and swatted out a couple of times before Marine feeds it back up to the point to Ibsen. He'll opt to go low once more for Jackson Rude. This line's done some good work for Lincoln, this Carvinen and Rude grouping. Vandertop usually out there as well, but not in this moment. Chicago trying to clear the zone. There is Vandertop's touch of the puck. Carvinen goes to the left side for Nick Young, the captain, who feels like he's been out there for eons at this point. Puck sent in. Gone about 3.5 minutes without a whistle here tonight. Lincoln leads shots on goal 3-0 so far. Nothing on the score sheet, though. Here's Cunningham finding Vandertop. A turning shot. Louis Vara wasn't ready for it, but it missed the net. Now another shot sent from the right point by Eichler, kept in by Cunningham. Now trying to feed it back up to the point for Vandertop. It's going to deflect all the way down the length of the ice. Menard out of his crease to play. You're an athlete. Make sure they pronounce your name correctly. We don't want to deal with that. I want to make sure that parents are happy. Stars won the face-off. They'll send it low. Here's Sauer. As Marine now doing some work to the left side half wall. This is a big, beefy line out there for Lincoln. Shot from the point, missed the net. In behind. Grabbed by Marine. He'll look to feed it to Nelson. Instead, he loses puck possession and it's sent back forward for Bumgarner. Carrying towards the net of Menard. Big save made. Rebound loose in front. A couple of big saves made again by Menard. And a whistle blows. I believe that's Merrick. It is. Clean face-off. Won by Chicago, but Jackson Rude did a good job to lift it back out into neutral. That was actually Kudrick taking the draw. Apologies. Behind their own net, Chicago with it. Kurtz nearly coughed up possession of Lincoln as Carvinen and Rude doing some wonders on the forecheck once again. They have been since the puck dropped on this game. Good work as Eichler lays the body along the Lincoln bench. Here's Young. Far side. Looking to get past Brown. Centered it in front. Erickson got past one man. It was a kick save made by KJ Sauer. Wow. Now Samuel Marine carrying south. 3-on-3. Griffin Brown looking to enter towards the slot as Sauer was going at it with Erickson in behind the play. That's what the cheering was for. Griffin Brown off the wall, gets the touch of Sloper, no icing. Corton going for the chase, he'll converge there with Kurtz. In behind, Corton comes away with loose puck. Centers it in front, Malkasian nearly had his first USHL goal. Now fed back up forward, Scantleberry. He'll leave it back. There was nobody in a white jersey within a country mile of that puck. Now Cooper Williams. Sending it in. Picked up by Kemps, takes a hit for that. And Chicago carries north. 8:40 to play in the first. Not there. And now Brown turns the puck over in his own defensive end, trying to pin it up past View. Thankfully, Jackson Rude able to step in, feed it to Malkasian. He'll look forward for Vandertop, knocked down by, with the firepower that they possess, is probably the more offensively opportune team. Shot from the left side blue line on the zone. And tournament manager Corey Courtney, he's at 98% still. It's been unbelievable to watch that thing go all season. Chicago wins the face-off. Carry up right side. Erickson will dump it into the near side wall for Tolan. A lot of the play has been in Lincoln's offensive end. Here's Loomer off the dasher, looking for Pelletier. to the left side circle. Pelletier, a harsh angle shot. That one hit the outside of the net and knocked the water bottle of Louis Vara free. Now back up to the point, Young taking a shot. That one deflected off the glass to the right. Boomer for Pelletier. Referee's going to pick up the bottle and behind the net of Louis Vara. And thankfully that didn't come back to bite anybody. Now left side, here is... Boomer does get the assist. Chicago back in on side. A shot waffle boarded away by Menard. Now View sends it to the far side wall. Chicago trying to respond quickly. Now View in behind, knocked off of it by Malkasian and Nelson. So Boomer and Pelletier both pick up the helpers. Now Nelson tried to find Williams in behind. The defenseman pass was just too short for him. That was close. 2.5 to play in the first. Now Williams had a chance in front. That play developed out of nowhere, nearly made it 2-1. Cooper Williams has been buzzing over the past couple of weeks for Lincoln. Goals against Muskegon, a goal against Omaha, goals against Fargo. As Williams just drew a penalty. How about that? Stars Karvinen and advantage to the Finn. Lincoln wins the opening faceoff, and we're underway here in the second period. To the near side wall, Karvinen trying to keep it in. Gets past Brady Cunningham. Josef Eichler will have to hurry back into his own third and grab it. Eichler across ice for Vandertop. Vandertop into the skates of Jackson Rude. The St. Cloud State commit gains red, dumps it in. Here's Kurtz, ridden into the boards by Karvinen. Rude overskated the puck as he was coming in to help. It'll be grabbed by Chicago, and they'll come back up the other way. On to Karvinen, in behind the net. Grabbed up and carried forward. Lifted in the air. Bumgarner the goal for Chicago. 2.5 minutes later, it's Kohanski from Pelletier and Loomer at 17 minutes of the first. Icing here on the Stars after. On to the right of Menard. Chicago comes away with the face-off win. They'll push it low. It was Kemps on the dump-in. Marine trying to shuffle it on further. Samuel Marine from Slovakia. KJ Sauer, his feet into the skates of Sloper. Sloper for Brownhausen. Brownhausen gets to use the skating wheels. Trying to dive and keep it and try to send it cross crease for Marine. Nearly had a chance. Now Sloper winds and fires. Louis Vara made the save. Marine rides his man into the wall. That was Grandy. Now Sauer, D-to-D, was looking for Brownhausen up ice. Nothing there. Grabbed by Kurtz. Kurtz in front, went for the dirty dangle and missed. Grandy had a chance. Now Kurtz at the point, taking the shot. Menard makes the save. Rebound is loose and covered and win. Karvinen comes away with another face-off win. Vandertop, after putting the puck in the air, pins it along the far side half wall. Vandertop looking to get it to Rude. Spin back up to the point. Sloper keeps it low. Comes in front. Louis Vara had to make the save. He looked behind him. He didn't know where it was. Now Malkasian feeds it. Rude scores! What a pass! Academy. It's a cake eater to cadet right there, folks. 2-1. Ski and Rude for the Stars. Face-off is won by Chicago. And in their own end, this will be Gockler with it. 115 USHL games, all with the steal. Here's Pelletier in the slot. Lost it to Kudrick. Now Kudrick trying to find it back up ice for Gockler. Gockler interchanges with Kudrick along the circles. He'll feed it back up to the left point. To Sinersha. Sinersha with real estate in towards the slot. He'll look that way, then peel back. Sinersha leaves it, now walking in. A chance, a backhand shot, sticked away by Menard. By Kurtz. Chicago still with puck possession. Fought for along the half wall, kept free. Now Sinersha still has it. Trying to get past Nelson. Edge work there. Sinersha, Nelson's keeping with him every step of the way. Eventually the puck's sent low. Loomer will grab it for Lincoln. So you got to take a look at it just in case. Face-off won by Lincoln. Here's Nick Young trying to stick handle his way back out into neutral. He can't. It's fed back up to the point to Kurtz. Minute to go on the power play. Kurtz, he'll go right side, back up to the point. Now left for Crowder. Excuse me, that's Merrick. Back up to the point, Kurtz with traffic in front, sending it across. Walking in, a shot kicked away by Menard. To the far side wall, Eichler trying to work it free. Lincoln trying to clear it. It's blocked by Merrick. Can't get it out into neutral. Young jumping in, trying to work it loose. Takes a bit of a tumble as well in the fracas of it. Sent low, loose in front. It's a 2-on-0. Oh, what a save! Charles plays it forward, looking for Vandertop just out in front of him. A whistle and an icing with 2:58 to play. Face-off won by the Stars. Brownhausen, another draft pick of Nick Fabrizio and co. with Lincoln. another hit, if you will. There have been a lot of those in Fabrizio and Co's time here in Lincoln. Face-off, or rather puck battle to the near side wall. Sped forward for Eriksson, who gets past Kohanski. Now forward for Tolan. We've said his name a lot tonight. And Patrick Tolan centered it in front. Eriksson had a shot. Menard made a big save, ranging to his left. I don't know how that puck was able to get through to him. Now sped forward. Tolan had it for a time being. Loomer late on the back check. Over for Kurtz past the blue line, dumping it in. Takes a bounce to Sloper along the near wing. Hirschfeld back in the lineup. Face-off won by the Stars. We're underway in the final 20 on this Friday. Lincoln won the ensuing draw. It was kicked back out into neutral. Cunningham will send it back in off the skates of a Steel player. Now through neutral. Rude off the dasher, was looking for Karvinen. Played forward by View, and now bringing it back up ice is Kudrick. Through a couple of bodies, he shoots. Menard made the save. Not sure how he got to that one, but he was able to. In behind View. To the far side of the ice. Kept low for Gockler in behind the net. Good opening shift by Chicago. Sent to the far side of the ice. Vandertop plays it behind him for Cunningham as the Stars try to break it out. For Karvinen now. On to Karvinen. He's just going to ice this puck as he takes a hit. Teen youth years with his younger team in Chicago. Turned 17 in January. The youngest Star as it stands. Here's Cade Strome, far side in his own end for Chicago, working it free, dumping it in. Sloper to grab it for Lincoln. Sends that one off the glass. Malkasian can't get it out. Picked up by Strome once more. Malkasian then picks his pocket, saucers it for Corton. Corton forward for Cooper Williams in onside. Williams along the circles, holds, waits, sends it in front. Sticked away by Louis Vara. Now another chance comes in. Louis Vara makes the save. He'll job to cut off the angle. Aiden Merrick centered it in front, looking for the tip of Scantlebury. Sounded like a stick broke there. Nonetheless, Merrick sends it to the near side wall. Kept low. Kozda had it for a moment. Kozda had it loose in his skates. It's back low against Scantlebury. Kohanski comes away with possession for Lincoln. They'll backhand it into neutral, no further. Then Kurtz. Now left side Merrick will send it back in off the glass. The far side Kurtz. They'll go low. Nelson on it for Lincoln. As the Stars yet to get their feet under them here in this third period. 33 shots on net to Chicago's 22 in this game. A lot of this play, though, has been in Lincoln's defensive end. Next whistle will be our first media timeout of the third period. Nick Young trying to get it forward for Jackson Root. Puck deflected on its way there. Chicago, the Maryville commit. 8.85 save percentage and a 3.67 goals on average this season. Picks up the assist, not Vandertop. I apologize. I had the 9 on the jersey. But again, a new goaltender in net for the Steel as Louis Felix Charron now in the crease. 6-1 Stars. 3 goals in the first half of this third. So Chicago goes with a goaltending change. Lincoln now trying to carry out into neutral as Chicago just trying to get something going right now. They scored the first goal in this game, might I add. In the air into neutral. Chicago had about 8 players out there on the ice. They didn't call it. Here's Williams. Had a relatively clean played game tonight, though, I will say. Good refereeing, too. From right to left now, here is Tuminaro. Coughing it up. Williams with his head up, stationary to the right side, Nelson. Nelson evades a hit, goes and dumps it in further. He'll converge with Kemps. Far side of the ice, KJ Sauer with a big hit, puts a man on his backside. That kid is going to be a heck of a hockey player in a Lincoln jersey in the future as well. He's got an assist tonight. Back up to the point, Ibsen keeps it in. He'll cycle it to the left side for Eichler. Eichler holding and shooting. That one blocked, comes loose to the right side for Brownhausen. Brownhausen. Lincoln leads 6-1, 4:50 to play in the third. KJ Sauer in behind the net. Marine looking to feed. He'll go low once more to Sauer. Marine takes a tumble at the blue line. He'll have to play some defense back up the other way. And 5 minutes for fighting in a game misconduct for both players. Lincoln will They'll send that down the sheet. Gibson forward for Kohanski. Past the blue line. It's been crazy. The Stars have 6 goals tonight, and they don't have any from Loomer or Pelletier. Now Pelletier engaging himself in on side towards the goal line. And behind the net, Pelletier protecting the puck along his backhand. Below the goal line now for Kohanski. He's got the goal tonight. He opened the scoring for Lincoln. Ibsen at the point to Kohanski. Trying to send it across for Pelletier. Pelletier tried to get it to Loomer. He scores! Oh, that's the broadcaster jinx right there, folks. Extra point is up.